County prosecutor Kim Worthy announced multiple criminal charges today against a former Detroit police sergeant. CBS News Detroit's El Myers has more on the accusations and the prison time he could be facing.
The deplorable fact in this case is that the person that we are charging today has led a double life as a law enforcement officer and a serial rapist.
Former Detroit Police Sergeant Benjamin Wagner spent decades on the force. He's facing charges for the rape and kidnapping of 5 women over 4 years, from 1999 to 2003.
The alleged facts in this case are disturbing, unsettling, and infuriating.
If convicted, Wagner could serve the rest of his life in prison, according to the prosecutor's office. Worthy says Wagner targeted young women in the early morning hours while they were on their way to school or work, and in each case, he was armed with a handgun.
He utilized isolation and force. He was armed with a handgun in each and every case. He threatened their lives if they reported, and he did not use a condom in any of these assaults.
After retiring from the Detroit police force in 2017, Wagner moved to Greenville, South Carolina, which was where he was arrested earlier this week. He's facing a total of 14 charges, including criminal sexual conduct in the first and third degrees and kidnapping, according to the prosecutor's office.
The allegations absolutely shock the conscience, but I hope that this brings definitely solace and relief to our victims. We never stop investigating these cases. Defendant Wagner's actions do not represent the integrity and the values and the mission of the officers of the Detroit Police Department.
For CBS News.
Now, I wonder, because they said this happened back in 1999, 2000, and I believe say 2 or 3. So did they just never specify that it was a police officer who did this to them? Or did they just hid that fact, or were they too scared to come forward about that information? It's a tragic situation. There are monsters who hide among us. But let's go over into this next video and see if they give us any more details.
We'll begin with sex crime charges against a former Detroit police sergeant. Good afternoon, I'm Allie Hoxie. Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy just laid out the disturbing allegations against an ex-Detroit police sergeant, Benjamin Wagner, who's now 68 years old. She says he led a double life as an officer and a serial rapist. He's now facing 14 charges. The charges stem from 5 separate sexual assaults of girls and women in between 15 and 23 years old. Worthy says that the attacks took place from 1999 to 2003 in Northwest Detroit. She says that some of the victims were on their way to school when they were attacked. She says Wagner used a gun to snatch his victims off the street and then threaten their lives. Worthy says Wagner worked as a Detroit police officer from 1989 until he retired in 2017. He then moved to Greenville, North Carolina, where he was arrested on Tuesday.
Now, let's be honest about this situation. This man is a serial predator. A serial predator. Do we truly think that he stopped from, they said he was on the force to 2017, from 2003 to 2017. Do we truly believe that he stopped doing what he liked to do? This is an awful situation. Come on now, let's be honest about this. It's hard for these pedophiles, or not pedophiles, well, he might be a pedophile, these young kids, but these predators to stop. They only get better. That is whole point. They only get better and better at hiding what they do. But let's keep going.
These charges are a culmination of a multi-year journey to justice. The alleged facts in this case are disturbing, unsettling, and infuriating.
The allegations absolutely shock the conscience, but I hope that this brings definitely solace and relief to our victims. We never stop investigating these cases.
Worthy says the charges come following tests of sex assault kits from 1984 through 2009 that were found in a warehouse. She says anyone who has allegations against him should report it to the Detroit Police Sex Crimes Unit. We have a phone number and much more information on our website, WXYZ.com.
Hopefully the victims get some kind of closure, but so many years have passed. And there's probably a lot of victims who never came forward. It's a tragic situation. Let's go over to the AI breakdown just to get a little bit more information about this whole case. So as we know, the retired Detroit Police Sergeant Benjamin Wagner, 68, has been charged with 14 felony counts, including multiple counts of kidnapping, criminal sexual conduct for allegedly committing a series of rapes between 1999 and 2003. He faces 8 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, 5 counts of kidnapping, and 1 count of first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Prosecutors stated that Wagner led a double life as a decorated officer and a serial rapist. The charges involve 5 separate survivors who were between the ages of 15 and 23 at the time of the attack. The alleged attack occurred on Detroit's north side. Wagner is accused of approaching women and girls walking to school or work, kidnapping them at gunpoint, and then sexually assaulting them. The breakthrough came from the sexual assault kits collected at the time of the attack and found in a warehouse in 2009. Forensic technology eventually linked Wagner to all cases. The criminal justice system is too slow. We got to be honest about this. It took them finding it in 2009 for them to get a match in March of 2026. So much time has passed. Yes, I'm sure they're happy that the perpetrator has been caught, but absolutely crazy, y'all. So he was arrested on March 17th, 2026 at his current place of employment at Pitt Greenville Airport in North Carolina, where he had moved after retiring from the force in 2017. He has waived extradition to Michigan and is expected to be arraigned in Detroit's 36th District Court on March 26, 2026. So he served in Detroit Police Department from 1989 to 2017, working in the unit such as the Tactical Service and Criminal Investigation. The prosecutor and Detroit police chief described the allegations as a deep betrayal and a betrayal to the oath of law enforcement. You got to throw the book at them. As simple as that. Someone who commits these types of crimes, especially a police officer, needs to get the book thrown at them. They cannot leave jail. He's already 68, so he should not leave jail alive. It's as simple as that. I don't see any I was trying to say the saying. I don't see any reason why he should be let out before his death. The only reason he should be let out is because he's already dead and they're releasing the body. It's a crazy situation, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know how you feel about this situation. It took from 2009 when they found the DNA kits to 2026 to get a match. That is our justice. That is our criminal system, criminal investigative system. Absolutely crazy, y'all.